We're here with LiquidHaus.
Builder of things. We just make cool stuff.
Not just any stuff.
This
This
Those
masterpiece.
things.
We just launched the Y40. It's blowing up. We had you build this PC. Kind of go through your thought process approaching this build.
Definitely inspired by the Cyberpunk aesthetic, obviously. A little bit more of a grittier, grimier version of it. And that aesthetic has existed before that game even came out. The game just put a bigger spotlight on it. Tech trying to come into the world, but a hard world beating down on the tech itself. And that's why the build looks high-tech and new, but also used and beat down a little bit.
I can see that you have the rough edges juxtaposed to like the really shiny, clean part. But I really like your design choices in using like brass fittings right next to like really, really matte surfaces.
The iridescent acrylic, that was non-intentional.
I think that makes it like the contrast from the camera's angle. It brings the yellow and the pink hues, and it kind of ties it in together.
The lights behind the acrylic change in hue based on the angle you're looking at the acrylic. Just walking by, this thing shimmers without even needing to do anything, which is really cool. Alpha Cool was nice enough. Props to them. They supported the radiators on this one. Optimus also came clutch and supplied Tough Block. I like going with different manufacturers for things, right? Because you get such a different aesthetic.
That fully encompasses what like, you know, Cyberpunk is. You know, some people are like geared out hand arms, but you know, they're still in their old shaggy clothes. Let's talk about the little, I see a few details in here. I see this on top of the reservoir. This is like a back plate of the Y40. You repurposed it.
It is. I'm glad you caught that.
Cut some of the tabs off, and you're like, you know what? Let's get this on a little vice, hammer it, and make it fit the thing.
A lot of our builds feature noise blocker fans. We work with them a lot, and they're a great company to work with. Part of their product stack includes those tiny little fans. They're not used often, obviously. I am a sucker for little accent fans here and there.
Dude.
Like, it just adds a little bit of layer of complexity to it.
What is this LiquidHaus branded bracket over back here?
Yeah, it's an EKD5.
EKD5.
And then a universal DDC. Yeah, we're gonna call this the MNT.
Back end, like, did you make a stencil? Like, did you laser cut it?
I did an inverse height and an inverse LH in vinyl. Did a few different kinds of things with like stenciling and like painting, like the Y40 at the top.
But I love that. And I love the color choice in that too, to kind of bring the accents, the purple accents back.
One thing that was a lot of fun to do on the back was curdling the paint. So I did that by spraying really heavy and letting it drip, and then hitting it immediately with a heat gun. And so the paint curdles.
Oh, on this back. Yeah. So that's why I kind of see the bubbles. What do you have planned next? Any exciting things in the future of LiquidHaus? I know you have new products.
PAX East is coming up,
Ooh.
obviously in the next couple of months. So we've got some stuff in the works for that.
The KS build that we did for Intel, that crazy cool triangular chassis with the dual 360 rads on each side. Right. That is a slightly altered version of our upcoming chassis that we're going to have for ourselves.
It will be a very limited run because they're not very economical.
Yeah,
they don't make a lot of sense.
They're basically show chassis, right? Yeah. We wanted to create our own product and our own platform that allows us to showcase companies that decide to hire us. It's gonna have an embedded screen on one side, it's gonna have the logo on the other. It's flat packable, like it's full, you can fully disassemble it. It's 3 flat panels, 3 corner pieces. The possibilities are endless. It just comes down to time, you know? It's like, oh, we can make something insanely cool. We just might need an extra week, you know?
I'm super excited to see the wing open bench, because I don't think anyone's really innovating in the open bench area, but I think it's the perfect centerpiece for like you specifically to showcase what you can do. And since you partner up with so many component creators, manufacturers, to show what you can do.